is it, all the bearing options you want.
It's like top secret stuff. Everybody wants it.
All right, 10 people hit me up trying to get, they're like, dude, when can I get a kit? When can I get a kit?
We're here at Connor O'Sully's shop. This is where him and Andrew build his pro cars. So he's got an S14 and he's got this E46. The E46 is why we're here today. This is the grip kit that you guys saw on the channel a couple days ago. A lot of you guys have been showing a lot of interest. Essentially, this is going to correct and improve a lot of, not issues, but just things that we can make better on the E46. We're working with Connor this year, so FDF Race Shop, myself, we're gonna help them as much as possible, and we're going to give them the best opportunity to win as possible. And you know, you need the best parts. You need stuff that's easy to work on, easy to set up, and that's very integral. So I know you guys probably don't know a lot about Connor, so Connor, give us like the highlight of yourself. I know you did a lot of stunt driving or stunt bikes.
Yeah, I did a lot of stunt riding before I got into drifting, and about 3 years ago I bought my S14, started driving a lot, then I got linked up with this guy over here, Andrew at Knox Power. He keeps the cars running. You know, we do a lot of damage on these things throughout the season. And then we ended up picking up this car. We got our Pro Spec license our first year, and then last year was our first year in FD Pro Spec. We've been driving a lot with Josiah over the years, and I'm excited to be running his products. I know he's got a lot of time and effort into this thing, and I'm excited to put it to the test.
If you break down what makes a good driver, you've got seat time, skill, and money. And a lot of people compensate for a lot of things in a lot of different ways. But what you can't get is your raw talent, your skill. Connor happens to be a 10 out of 10 in that department. So really what we're trying to do is give him the machine to complement that. Anyways, you guys are gonna see us throw this kit on the car. We're gonna see how everything fits. This kit has never been installed on a car. It's only been installed virtually on a 3D scan of Dylan Hughes' car, where we can't see some of the things that weren't picked up on the mesh. So we're gonna get a good idea of how everything fits. And if there's any minor changes that we need to do or improvements or whatever, we're gonna find out today. And that's it, let's get going. First iteration is basically how I had this kit simulated, which is lower arm factory hole, upper arm maximum relocated position. At the front, we installed this bucket. So we installed this toe bucket, which is what we attach our trailing arm to. The trailing arm goes through two pieces. This is essentially the anti-squat adjustable piece that also acts as our toe adjustment piece. So the toe is adjusted using these shims. So if we want to increase toe in, we will crack these three loose, we'll throw another shim in, and then we'll retighten it. Moving down the trailing arm, you'll see that we have this tube reinforcement, which clears everything perfectly fine. And we have incredible travel range on this kit. You can see up in here, we've got great articulation. And you can see here, the kinematics are really solid. And then if we go to the back, this is where you're gonna see something really interesting. From ride height to full compression, we have slight camber gain, which is what we want. And most importantly, on a BMW, we have slight toe in on that laser. You can see this line here. This would be the first BMW trailing suspension that actually toes in under compression. Every setup ever, no matter the company that's made it, toes out under compression. And the only way we were able to obtain what I had done was by changing the pickup points on the knuckle itself quite dramatically. So we have some adjustment more to go in the rear. These adjustment points will impact your toe gain, and they will also affect your camber gain. So you're able to adjust from the knuckle side and from the subframe side using these as well. And then our adjustment on the camber and all the other points are really easy using these jack screws. As I've said in other videos before, the knuckle is able to accept a 370 and a BMW wheel bearing here on the front. That allows you to run 5x114 wheel bearings, especially if you're running a quick change, which this subframe is modified for. So we're gonna throw a shock on here and simulate the travel without a spring. And we're gonna push it up and down and see what our overall range looks like. But So far the install went incredibly easy and it looks awesome installed on the car.
Crazy.
Yeah.
Nothing hitting.
No, fantastic thing. So when you tighten these jam nuts, you're gonna have this jack screw doing your adjustment. It's gonna be the easiest thing in the world. So we're looking at the toe change. So Josiah is moving the front of the trailing arm and the wheel is towing in and out. So we're gonna add some toe. There was one shim.
You could put one shim in, string it, measure it. That would have been an 1/8 inch of toe added, correct?
Yeah, and you can stack up to 4 of these. And then
Yeah, I was gonna ask how much you get on there.
But you also have the adjustment of the bucket bolts.
Exactly. 4 of us put this rear kit on, both sides, installed on the subframe. Andrew did the install on the plates that need to be welded into the subframe. And it went on in kind of record time. I think 30 minutes, like everything was on the car. When it came to actually installing the driver's side, I think it was like 1 minute and 30 seconds to actually like get it on and put the bolts in. Everything was loose, of course, but when you're thinking of how it's gonna go on a 5-minute timeout, this is a really good example of Andrew just saying every time we put a bolt in, wow, that was so easy. We put another one in, wow, that was so easy. So we did a simulation on the toe adjustment. It works just like we had designed and simulated on the computer. They got the front end going on. They had to change some things with their subframe based on their last setup. So that's got some challenges. They got to remake headers. I think you'll see this kit tested and driving within the next 30 days. So at this point, we didn't need to change anything on the install, which is good news. You know, sometimes you definitely expect to see something when you put something on in real life. Everything went really well, and you guys will probably see some stuff from Connor when he gets to the track.
Yeah, follow me on Instagram at Connor Oselli and YouTube at Connor Oselli. We're gonna be posting videos of us doing some testing in this car. I'm really excited for the 24 season and to be working with Josiah.
Yeah, that's good, man.
It's gonna be sweet.
Okay, we'll see you guys in the next video. Later.